Hello and welcome. I'm Olivia, your safety trainer, here with today's lesson on hand tool safety. Before we begin, remember to sign off on your mobile device or online to receive credit for this training. If you feel the need to pause this video at any time to have a discussion, we encourage you to do so. When you think of injuries from tools, it may be common to think that severe injuries really only happen from power tools. However, it needs to be understood that even non-powered hand tools can be dangerous if used improperly. Employees will often underestimate the power of a simple hand tool, and this lack of caution is what leads to accidents. In this lesson, we will be covering how observing safe work practices will help keep you from damaging the tool, the material, and yourself. If you often use hand tools as part of your daily routine, you may already be familiar with what your tool can do and what it is used for. However, reviewing the definitions of these kinds of tools may be helpful in identifying the hazards that you may encounter. Cutting, gripping, or pinching tools. These include pliers, snips, and cutters, and are examples of double-handed tools used for cutting, gripping, or pinching. You may be using striking tools, which consist of hammers and other striking tools that are mainly used to hit other tools or materials with high force. If you use driving tools, like screwdrivers, wrenches, and nut drivers, remember they are used to tighten or drive and remove fasteners in material. And lastly, struck or hammered tools include punches, chisels, and nail sets that are held at a specific point of the material and then struck by the appropriate striking tool. As it relates to using the selected tool safely, be aware that every tool will require a different precaution, which may be laid out by either the manufacturer or your employer. Please follow their guidelines. There are some general safe work practices, however, that may ultimately keep you safe no matter what tool you are using. The first thing to note is that you should know how to safely operate any tool before using it. It will be important to keep all tools in good condition by using them for their intended purpose and, of course, always wear personal protective equipment as required. Before you start, inspect your tool for cracked or bent pieces, loose or missing parts, and rust or corrosion. You should also make sure that handles are not loose, cracked, or splintered. Tools that you strike must be intact and ground down to reduce chipping. Be sure to store tools in a safe place. Elevated work areas and ladders are not appropriate storage areas. Additionally, all applicable guards should be in place. You may also need to use spark-proof hand tools when working near flammable materials. One thing to keep in mind is that you should not try to fix a tool that is in disrepair unless you are specifically trained. If you are working near electrically energized equipment, use insulated hand tools. If you can't see properly, there is a good chance you'll make a mistake, so make sure the area that you are working in is properly lit. It is also advised that you keep the floor neat and clean. Tripping with a tool in your hand can be very dangerous. For your safety and theirs, please do not try to get your coworkers' attention while they are using a tool. If somebody tries to get your attention while you are working with a tool, stop what you are doing to talk to them. Keeping yourself and others safe may also involve the use of a wrist lanyard to help keep tools from falling when working at elevated locations. It may be tempting, but do not modify tools in any way. Because of the various tools and materials you may be working with, there are some situations where clamping down materials will help to keep them from shifting. To review, please keep in mind that not following these appropriate safe work practices may lead to various injuries depending on what tools are misused. Remember that possible injuries include abrasions, lacerations, puncture wounds, contusions, burns, or muscle sprains. Even common non-powered hand tools must be handled and treated with caution at all times. If you have any questions about this lesson, please ask your supervisor. Once again, remember to sign off on your mobile app or online to get credit for this lesson. I'm Olivia, your safety trainer, reminding you to be careful and stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.